has higher concentration of acid into it. The same, both the words are vice versa. It means an acid which contain minimum possible amount of water is termed as concentration. It means it has a higher concentration of acid in comparison to water. Or we can say it has higher concentration. There's higher concentration of acid in comparison to water. Next we will discuss about the dilute acid. Dilute acid. It means, as the name indicates, dilute. It means it has lower concentration of acid and higher percentage of water. Or you can say an acid which contain higher amount of or we can say it has lower concentration of acid in the solution. It means if an acid is there and it has greater percentage of water. If it has greater percentage of water, then it is termed as dilute. And if it contains lower percentage of water, then it is termed as concentrate. It means, as the name indicates concentrate, it means it has higher concentration of acid. And the next one, dilute, it has lower concentration of acid. Let us discuss how to dilute the acid. Discuss diluting and acid. Then you would think that in order to dilute a concentrate acid, what you do if you add water or you can add acid to it. But in chemistry, we must be careful because there is difference in addition of water to acid and acid to water. How? You can see it. If we have a container and we have water into it, this one is water. And what we are going to do? We are going to add acid. This is one way. The next one is that we have a container, we have acid into it, and then we are going to add water into it. Which one is good? Which one is the correct method for diluting an acid? In this context, what we see, when we add water to this acid, we know when acid reacts with water, it is a type of neutralization reaction. During this reaction, a large amount of heat is released. Then this water which is added to acid, it will vaporize abruptly. When it vaporizes abruptly, then it will vaporize by taking certain molecules of water and cause burning, cause harm to us. It means addition of water to acid is not a good method. But when we add acid to water, drop by drop, then in that case, what happens? Acid, it is being heavier, it settles down, when it settles down, then the heat is produced, and when heat is produced, it has lower surface area, that the rate of chemical reaction is slow, and in that case, lesser amount of heat is produced. The first one. The next one is that the heat which is produced is dispersed in the solution. The next thing is that it contains greater amount of water which has large heat capacity. It will absorb that water and prevent us from burning. Means we know how to dilute an acid. It means diluting an acid. Diluting an acid. What we have, in order to dilute an acid, we add the acid to water dropwise with constant stirring. But do not add water to acid, because it abruptly vaporizes with some acid molecules and harm to us. This is about diluting an acid. We will discuss the property of acid. Properties of acid. Certain property we have already discussed. The first one, acids are sour in taste. The next one, we turn blue litmus paper to red. The next one, what we know, the acid conduct electricity. It means the acids are electrolyte, but in the presence of water. Acids are electrolyte. So the next, we will discuss that when acid react with metal, then it evolves hydrogen gas. Let us see how it is. Acid react with metal to evolve hydrogen gas. How it is? Let us take a stand having a cube which has a cork in it. We placed acid solution into it. Let us take sulfuric acid, H2SO4. We have a delivery tube which is placed in a container having soap solution. When we placed a zinc grain, let us take a metal such as zinc. When we placed zinc granules into it, and when we heat it, On heating, the zinc reacts with acid. When it reacts, then bubbling occurs and a gas is evolved. When this gas passes through the delivery tube into the soap solution, then the bubbles are in the form of soap bubbles. Come out. And when we put a burning matchstick stick, then it easily catches fire and burns with pop sound. What we know? By this we know an acid reacts with metal to evolve hydrogen gas. In order to know that that gas which is evolving in this reaction, chemical reaction, is hydrogen gas, we know the hydrogen gas is lightest gas and it is highly inflammable. Inflammable, it means it easily catches fire. That's why when we bring a burning matchstick near it, then it burns with pop sound. What we know? See, when zinc granules are placed in sulfuric acid solution, then what it forms? It forms ZnSO4, zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas, it is highly inflammable and easily catches fire. What we got? We got when metal react with acid, it forms metal salt plus hydrogen gas. We have the next example. When zinc reacts with hydrogen chloride, hydrochloric acid, that means it forms ZnCl twice plus H. In this way, what we know? We know a general reaction that when metal is dipped in acid solution, then it forms metal salt together with hydrogen gas. This is the reason why acidic substances such as curd, such as vinegar, such as lemon juice, they are not kept in metallic container because being sour in taste, these are acidic in nature and they will react with that metallic container and causes corrosion. Clear? That means curd, vinegar, lemon juice or other acidic foodstuffs should not be kept in metallic container because this food stuff react with metallic container and produces poisonous chemical which will harm. This is the cause why we are not going to keep curd, vinegar, lemon juice or the food stuff which are sour in taste. Sour, it means it contains acid in them because they will react with the metallic container and produces chemical compound that will harm to us. Next, acid react with, that's point. Acid react with carbonate and hydrogen carbonate. To evolve carbon dioxide gas. Oxide gas. Let us see it. It means an acid when react with carbonate or hydrogen carbonate, then it will evolve carbon dioxide gas. Let us see it. A general reaction we have. The first one, when acid react with carbonate, then it gives metal salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. The next reaction we have, acid when react with hydrogen carbonate, it forms metal salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. Clear? Let us discuss them by taking some examples. If we have carbonate, that is sodium carbonate, Na2CO3. When sodium carbonate react with an acid, that is HCl. What we see here? It forms, when it react, it forms metal salt, that is NaCl. It forms sodium chloride together with water plus carbon dioxide. It means we have when acid react with carbonate, it forms sodium chloride, carbon dioxide and water. So the next we have another example for hydrogen carbonate. It means when sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3, when it react with an acid, that is HCl, then it forms, what it forms? It forms NaCl, sodium chloride, plus water, plus carbon dioxide. We have another example. When Na2CO3 react with sulfuric acid, H2SO4, it forms, what it forms? It forms Na2SO4, sodium sulfate, plus water, plus carbon dioxide. What we see, if you want to balance it, 2 and A's. The next one, there, this balance. We will balance it. But what we are studying? We are studying that acid react with carbonate. Acid react with carbonate to form salt, water and carbon dioxide. This is bicarbonate. This one is carbonate plus acid. This one is bicarbonate. This one is carbonate. It means what we know, when an acid react with carbonate or bicarbonate, then it produces metal salt together with water and carbon dioxide. In order to know the presence of carbon dioxide, in order to know that the gas which is evolving is carbon dioxide, we know when carbon dioxide gas is spiced in lime water, then it turns milky. What? Let us see. Let us see. When carbon dioxide is passed into lime water, that is calcium hydroxide, then it forms, what it forms? It forms calcium carbonate, CaCO3 plus H2. This is carbon dioxide. This is slag lime. Or we can call this as lime water. Then due to formation of this one is calcium carbonate. calcium carbonate. The lime water turns how to do it? Let us see. If we have a lime water in a tube, this tube contains what? It contains lime water. When we bubble what? Carbon dioxide into it, then this carbon dioxide will react with the slack lime and forms calcium carbonate. When calcium carbonate formed here, it is white in color. That's why this lime water turns to milky. It means it will seems like a milk. This is known how to know the presence of carbon dioxide in. How to know the presence of carbon dioxide? It means it turns lime water milky. But you must be careful, because when you pass carbon dioxide into that solution for a longer duration, then this solution will turn colorless. Why? Let us see. When we pass, what we pass? When we pass carbon dioxide to a longer duration in that solution which contains calcium carbonate plus water, then it will form calcium bicarbonate, CaHCO3 plus, this one is water soluble and turns colorless. Clear? What we got? We got on passage of carbon dioxide into lime water, it turns milky. Milky means it turns like milk. But on prolonged passage of carbon dioxide in the solution, turn it colorless.